last we visited the world of Toril, the Forgotten Realms, our heroes managed to liberate the underground, underdark city of Szith Morcane from the grip of the cult of Karansali, freeing all the drow loyal to the goddess Loth. Our heroes were victorious, and were one step closer to not only protecting the Underdark, but the surface world they came from. They returned to Dagger Falls and, well, they all kind of got into a little bit of trouble. Well, a few antics, as it were. Our heroes for this story are... some are natives of this world, some are from other worlds, other fantastic stories that you may have heard. Like the great champion Reinhardt of the Overwatch games, the mighty crusader and founding member of the team. Zakonin, a drow sorcerer, skilled with magic, but, well, little frustrated when it comes to, well, life and interpersonal relationships and getting caught doing things, yeah. Devdin, a half-vampire rogue who bitterly hates vampires and his own exclusion from the rest of society. Skeletor, the overlord of evil, the powerful lich and warlord of the world of Eternia, arch-rival of He-Man. And finally, the amazing Spider-Man, the web-slinger from New York City, from the world of Marvel Comics. All 5 of these heroes have wound up in the city, joining forces with Lorala Dumian, the Fang of Loth, and ruthless spider-drow hybrid champion who wishes to avenge her fallen sisters. On behalf of Szith Morcane, they've agreed to travel to Meramidra, and not only put a stop to Ray Saran and her cult, but also and free not only Szith Morcane and the rest of the Underdark from the tyranny, but also the surface world as well. Also, Spider-Man and Reinhardt hope to find their old friend, the Transformer Beachcomber, and make sure he's okay. So, that's where our heroes left off. Very soon, they will leave the city and embark on their journey at the Underdark. But who knows what terrible horrors await them. And speaking of frustrations, one thing they would encounter is absolutely horrendous, terrible technical problems that plague the entire latter production of this game. Things started out fine, things were awesome, we were adventuring and role-playing and killing shit, and then, fuck me. It got so bad that I actually had to get some extra equipment actually to straighten out my production. So hopefully we should be good to go going forward. But yeah, you can tell I get very, very sour later on in the adventure. But anyway, go ahead, enjoy the adventure, and enjoy me screaming at my defective computers. Enjoy the show, guys.
Hello,
Captain
everyone.
America
It's the Dread
coming
Pirate.
up with
I'm
Thor's
losing my
hammer,
mind.
Mjolnir, bam, right in the face of things. That was in-game spoilers for
What happened with Endgame?
Cap came up with his shield and Thor's hammer.
Yeah. And that's right before like Captain Marvel like threw Thanos into the sun, right? Which totally happened.
Okay, now I just want to slap you across the face.
Okay. So when
Are you
when
choking?
Like what?
Genji, are you okay?
No, maybe.
Okay.
I'm okay.
So
My laughter sounds like I'm choking half.
This is the Dread Pirate once again, and I've gone completely
It's fine.
insane.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
And so you guys there? Hello? Hello? Hi. Fuck me.
I'm
I've almost survived 23 years.
oh, yay.
23 in October. Well, yes, kind of.
Okay, I put in a backup drive for a minute to check something, and I think it fucked everything up. All right. So, we were gonna play.
Where were we?
I've been having a myriad of technical issues. The people haven't been able to do anything. I suspect I'm under a voodoo curse right now. I suspect Papa Shango is putting a hex on me because he believes I'm the reincarnation of the Ultimate Warrior, which is of course correct. And he fears my destrucity, so he's trying to put a hex on me, so I won't show up at the Royal Rumble. But yeah, so Ahmed's Ignite sadly cannot join us. He's got some tests he's got to take tomorrow. Darkwolf was here for 5 minutes and then he got offline. I think he's gone to bed. I don't know what's going on there. He might come back. I don't know. and Jed was here and he was funny, but apparently he doesn't know how to make a character, which I don't even. So
He doesn't. Okay, so Jed can sit down and write a world, create a scenario, do all these wonderful things that you would expect someone to be able to do, as well as write and play a character in game. But he cannot write a character. He cannot play a character. He cannot create a character. He does not know what goes on the character sheet or what any of it means, but he can run a game.
Could someone make a character sheet for him and say, "Hey, shut up and play this"?
We've tried that.
Would that work?
We have tried that.
It doesn't work.
It did not work. No.
I can't even. It's all part of the curse. It's all part of the voodoo curse.
It's not that he is new, because he's not new to the game. It's something completely different, and I don't understand it. Nobody understands. There's no hope. There's just no hope for it. You can't teach the kid to play a game. You can teach him to run a game. You can't teach him to play it.
I don't know. My brain
Hurts.
Last time on City of the
He's
Spider
a great, he's a great world builder. Just doesn't know characters.
Last time
Exactly.
on City of the Spider Queen, Devdin got a job. Working.
Devdin got a job.
Okay, specifically, you guys retook Szith Morcane with the help of Dessa, and you guys basically walked around like a bunch of badasses. Like, we just beat up a fucking vampire, and what? Who wants some? And the people already didn't want the Cult of Caransley here, so with that and Dessa establishing herself as the rightful heir to the throne, you have retaken Szith Morcane. Devdin basically talked Dessa into giving him a job, and now you specifically work for the new Queen of Szith Morcane. Zach got laid after getting very, very sexually frustrated, and after being interrupted.
I got some there.
After interrupted preparing his spells. And you went and banged some elves. Skeletor showed up and joined your party, and then was promptly sexually assaulted by Lorala. Yeah. And he also started running around town like a human city.
He blew up a building and froze it.
He committed drunken vandalism, which makes no sense because he can't get drunk. And he also kept walking around a human city and walking up to people with his big skull face and asking them for directions. Prompting many moments of oh my god, the dead live. And it's like, and he's just like, what? And that happened. Spider-Man buried Eddie Brock, had a funeral for him, and it was very sad and drunk. And Reinhardt spent time with the drunken priest of Cord. And you've all rested and relaxed, and you've gone down to as you can see the map here, this is actually the common level of Szith Morcane. And you're basically, essentially what you see is like everything here. I'll describe it in a minute, but basically it's a big underground city full of giant mushrooms, and the mushrooms are hollowed out and turned into buildings. And over in...
We are not running through the land of the Smurfs.
You are... This is the land of the Smurfs if the Smurfs were drow, who are very angry dark elves.
And normal sized?
What's that?
And normal sized? They were drow and normal sized?
Yes. And
We're assuming that by meaning they were drow, that they are normal, medium sized.
Well, you never know.
Not diminutive sized, gnomish people with blue skin and white hair, sometimes other colored hair.
Davis, what have we talked about? What have we said about you talking before? Like how you're not allowed to do it. What have we said about it?
You're the one that talks too much, my good sir.
So anyway,
don't spin this around on me.
So anyway, all right, if you all will take a look at the map and look at S21, everything to the left of S21 appears to be the common area where a lot of people are walking around doing their thing. Everything to the right of S21 appears to be slave quarters and like slave areas where the drow are forcing people to work. There's like goblins and stone giants and bugbears that are occasionally being whipped and forced to move things, and occasionally with permission they're moving out of the gate at S21 and moving around here and doing various tasks. The Drow are into slavery, that's their thing, and it's shitty. But that's what's going on here. So that's the place that you're in right now. Now, while you're down there, everybody's going to go down, like, we're going to go to Maramydra, and we're going to kick the shit out of Iray Saran, and we're going to free the Underdark, and everything's going to be cool. And then right when you're about to get down there, Reinhardt stops and is like, I'm a little tired after all of our adventures. I think I'm going to spend some time here and just, like, explore. And Skeletor's like, yeah, I've got some things I need to I feel like I need to talk to some people about some things. I'm very confused. Like, well, why don't we go together? We will explore the city and Szith Morcane, and we'll keep the eye on Dessa, and we will have a mandate where we will go shopping. Yes, shopping for baubles. It's a great idea. And hammers. Yes, and Spider-Man's like, all right, I already can't stand the two of you. Fine. It's like, you guys can catch up. It's like, we will catch up, and they go skipping off. Reinhardt and Skeletor go and become best of friends. And it's better than one of them getting diarrhea, okay? Shut up. So that happens.
That was your alternate plan, to give them diarrhea?
I already did that to Reinhardt once. When it was just Spider-Man and Eddie Brock, like, going into the Underdark, that was the plan. It was like, Reinhardt had the taco shits and just couldn't make it. We couldn't find him. So that's like, yeah, my whole thing of, like, trying to get people away from the action has degraded over time. But let me read the common area for you guys. Let me know what it looks like. Let's see, not the Drow Cavern.
While you're looking, I'm gonna go grab a soda.
Okay. Let's see. Overseer Station. Use the lake. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's Davis. Davis is walking away. Fuck it, I'll read it twice. I don't care. Okay, so the cave mouth in the chasm winds back deep into the rock, opening to a very large cavern. A faint green phosphorescence dances along the ceiling, which is easily 30 feet overhead at the entrance, and rises sharply from the point. The cavern stretches for hundreds of feet to the east, its floor broken into a myriad of ledges and tilted slabs. Many of these are covered with weird fungal growths that appear to have been carefully cultivated. Others sport bulbous houses or cottages that seem to have been grown from giant toadstools. Eerie green witchlight dances in the small round window light of these dwellings. A few dark figures move about between the fungus patches and the houses. So that's the area you're in. So the current party is, we have Zakonin, we have Devdin, we have Spider-Man, we have Lorala, and you also have Zustan, who is the wizard drow who originally worked for Darina, but was intimidated last session into working for you guys. And so that's your party. You've got like a 5-man party. So what else happened? Now Lorala speaks up and she pulls out a little key. And Dessa gave this to me. The gate out of into the deeper Underdark and the path to Szith Morcane is through this gateway up ahead, and we need to go to it, and that's how we'll make it to the road to Maramydra. Now, if you look at the map, the gate in question is on S19. So you're all in S18. So all you have to do is take one of these little paths through the city, and that's all you really have to do in this map. You really just have to get from S18 to S19. You are the hero, regardless of the fact that you're all surface dwellers, you are now the heroes of Szith Morcane, so, like, no one's going to screw with you, unless you really, really want to do something stupid, which is entirely you're welcome to do.
By all technicality,
It's the hardest thing possible, that will amuse me, but it's like, that's
by all technicalities, Devin has spent his life traversing between the surface and the Underdark, so...
Yes. But, like,
he's not entirely a surface dweller.
Exactly, but no one's going to give Spider-Man shit at this point, because it's like, well, for starters, I wear a mask, so they can just assume I'm a drow. And it's like, but it's like, oh, that's the weird person who helped us defeat the Cult of Grensley. Yeah.
But you're Tom Holland and you sound like a white guy, so.
That's true. That's true. And I'm really excited. I keep on spoiling Endgame for everybody. It's like, oh my god, I didn't get it so good. Like, this is the part where they go back to time. Oh man, it's freaking awesome, man. It's so good. Oh, Captain America picks up Thor's hammer. Oh man, dude, and Black Widow dies. It's fucking crazy. It made me cry. Oh my god. And then like Chris Hemsworth like just grabs you out of the mouth and carries me away.
By the way, my name is Peter Parker.
Yes.
Doctor Strange.
Oh,
we're using made-up names. I'm Spider-Man.
I like your dynamic.
I just loved that line.
Yeah, I like your dynamic with my character in this one because it's like back when I was the animal and you were Flutter Budgets, it was a fight for initiative, where like you always wanted to win initiative so that way I wouldn't kill whatever we ran into, and it was like you're like no, let's talk to it first, and then like nope, sorry, I nat 20'd. We're gonna kill whatever we ran into, and you're just like sitting there like fuming. It's like we could have talked our way out of it. I could have used a spell to get us around it. But no, the animal's dumbass like cuts through it. Now we're reversed. Now you're the edgy like anti-hero who's a badass and like is like a chainsaw and will like kill stuff. And I'm the guy who's like I'm a classic superhero who refuses to kill people. And it's like I like the drama. I like the drama between us. I think that's pretty cool. And then we have Zach who's sexually frustrated sometimes. So anyway.
Yes.
So do you want me to read the description again since you were getting a drink, or do you need me to?
Give me the short version.
You're in a cave, and there's a bunch of mushrooms everywhere, and they've been turned into houses. And there's phosphorus. There's a bunch of dramatic, cool-looking stuff that I just said to Zach. But fine, I'm not gonna read it again because you're just a jerk. You're a poopy head. Anyway.
I don't want to spend another 10 minutes just trying to describe this,
Fine.
That the audience already heard.
Okay. You know what?
It's fight.
You know what? You smell. Anyway, alright. So anyway, you're in S18. If you look at the map, you're in S18.
You smell like dead people.
Okay, so as I said before, S18, this is like the main common area. Everything past S21 is like the slave areas. You're in S18. Lorala pulls out a key and says, all right, the gate that leads out of Szith Morcane and into the Underdark is at S19. We can take the path that way in order to find Meramidra. So that's basically all you have to do. Again, you are like, as I said a minute ago, you guys are the heroes of Szith Morcane, so even if you guys looked like the brightest, whitest humans and white elves possible, no one's going to care because you saved everybody. So there's a bunch of drow walking around, a couple of goblin slaves moving about. What are you guys going to do?
Just head straight to S19 because we're not gonna do anything.
Let's go mess this person up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say any words right now.
That was very kind of you. That was very like very conservative. You go to S19. There's a big gate and there's a couple guards there, and they go at attention and salute. And Lorala approaches with the key, and they step aside. She unlocks the gate. And one of them kind of looks at her and basically says, just knock and announce yourself next time. Where the Underdark is dangerous. We'll let you through. All right, very well. And you leave and you go out and there's a massive tunnel that leads away from the city, and you have left Szith Morcane. And now I need to pull up another map for you, so I will send that to you in Discord.
Game map pulls.
Map pulls. Yes.
I'm the map.
I have the map. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Carly Rae Jepsen didn't call me maybe, and it hurt my feelings.
Say map.
Yes. Okay. So.
No one said map.
Map.
I need the deep waste. Or no, this is like a shit.
Louder.
What the fuck?
Flower.
I'm sorry I said anything. I'm horrified. Okay. That's not what I want. This is the one I want. Okay. Okay. And...
Bro, what kind of creepy shit are you saying, Genji?
I don't know.
Why? Stop whispering. Stop it. Stop it this instant. Stop it.
He's being creepy.
Stop being creepy. Sakato in sexual frustration turns into, like, just weird, creepy murmuring. Seriously, stop it! I just watched the grunge. I don't need this shit right now.
Grunge.
So here's the new map. Right,
I'm pretty sure you meant the grudge, but you watched the grunge.
I was watching the
and
Japanese
that was
grunge,
startling.
like the original Japanese one, which is called Chuon. I was watching that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
but you said you watched the grunge, which is a genre of music, but okay.
It's also a movie, dumb millennial. So anyway, all right. If you
Train.
Papa Shango rides the train. Night train, Mondo P. All right. So anyway, I want you to look at the map that says the Deep Wastes. You are at the top. If you'll notice, you're at Szith Morcane. And beyond that, there's a little bit way. It says Dagger Falls. And you're in a long passageway, and and it's going to lead to a fork. So you're wandering around, and I'm going to do the D100 roll real quick. Determine something. Alright, you're wandering around. It's like you're wandering around for about a day, and something happens.
Well, I think this is going to be a very interesting night, because my first D100 roll is a 6.
Okay. Let's see. I pulled up the wrong thing. Hold on. Alright,
Wait, do I need to roll a D100 or
No,
no?
No, I just ran it for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna do what the book tells me to do at this point. And Alice's character dies again.
No! Bull! You promised I wouldn't die!
I lied. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is fun.
I can go full whisper on you again. If you
do that,
me
but
to.
I'm gonna go full whisper on you first. Fucker. Yeah.
Sure.
So
I can always ghost him for you.
So you're walking down the hallway, and it's dark and creepy, and the only light that's nearby is from like some of the moss on the side. That's like kind of has some kind of photoreactive nature to it. It's like phosphorus fungi.
Wait, it's dark. It's dark. Hold on. Let me check my equipment. I might have some.
Well, before you do whatever you're gonna do, it's basically there's light coming off of this moss. There's this glowing, photoreactive moss that basically is partially illuminating the area. But it is dark, so if you want, you may do whatever you're gonna do.
How well does this moss illuminate?
You can see where you're going, but it feels like you're going down a dark alley at night, and it's creepy. That's what it feels like. And it gets creepier because you're walking along, and finally you see two humanoid figures in the distance.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. I gotta check an item. Aha! I pull out of my bag of holding a sun rod.
You pull out a sun rod.
And I crack it so that it'll actually work. I activate a sun rod. I now have 6 hours of light.
Okay. You notice the area lightens up a little bit better, and you notice that now you've cast greater shadow on the two figures that are moving toward you, who appear to be slowly moving and shambling in your direction.
I cast Greater Shadow on them?
No, they are shambling towards you from the opposite direction you're walking in, and they're shambling slowly towards you.
Okay.
It looks like they're walking, but it looks like they're having like a limp or something like that. Like they're having some kind of difficulty. But they're just kind of relentlessly moving forward. And after a while, as they approach closer, you notice that basically you can kind of, there's a slight glow to their eyes, and they start approaching the radius of the sun rod, and they're illuminated, and you recognize them. They're some of the drow guards that you fought at the prison. Drow guards specifically that you actually had killed. You notice that their necks and throats are slashed, and there's various wounds that you put into their bodies that basically like finish them off. They're all scarred horribly. They approach, they stop, they stare right at you, Devdin, and then one of them opens his mouth, and a low, rumbling voice says, "Guilty." Roll initiative.
Before initiative, can I roll a knowledge dungeoneering to see if it's at like what they are?
Absolutely.
Like, why they? 22.
Chill runs down your neck as you realize these are revenants.
Great. Revenants. Okay, initiative. Hi, last.
What?
Last in the turn.
You nat one?
Yep.
Okay, so Devdin empties his bowels and will be going last.
But I'm still not caught flat-footed.
Yeah.
That is not something that can happen to me.
You don't actually empty your bowels, but you are kind of chilled. You kind of like you remember the first Broly movie where Vegeta's like just freaking out about Broly? It's like there's no point. Piccolo, there's no point in stop that. You kind of do that. You kind of pull a that. Like, I actually did have a dungeon, like, when I first started playing D&D, the little shit-heel dungeon master I had actually, like, said I shit myself whenever a dragon showed up. And I always resented that. Zach, your initiative?
Okay. Okay. So it's just 19.
Okay. I'm literally just going to call you Zach in my initiative order.
Go ahead.
Okay. NPCs. Lorala. Spider-Man had a 20, but non-natural. Lorala. That's 27. Zoostom. 11 plus something. He has a 15. And bad guys. Have a 5. They still go before you.
Yes, they go before me because I'm
Feel bad.
apparently not taking.
Feel
I'm not
bad.
taking point.
Feel very bad.
Yes.
I broke out a sunrod, and this is my the payment for being smart.
If it makes you feel any better, I was going to kill you anyway if you even if you hadn't pulled out the sunrod. So don't feel too bad.
I still don't think I'm dead per se. I think I stand a chance. I just got to get around to my
Look
turn.
at me. I'm Devdin. I'm awesome. Look at me. Ooh.
I mean, consistently dealing 50 damage per turn.
Your mom deals 50 damage per turn.
That's right, because she stomped on your dick instead of actually doing something with it.
Fine.
Oh!
Fine. So.
Oh!
All right. sees these things approaching, and her eyes go wide. It's like it's already started. She draws her scimitar and she flies towards them. She's gonna fly. She can move 90 feet. They're about like 60 feet away. She's gonna fly over them and behind one of them so she can apply her sneak attack, and she's gonna attack them with her scimitar. So
wait, she flies? She just flies?
yeah, she has these little boots with wings on it that enable her to fly.
Oh!
You just noticed this.
Oh! Oh, I forgot. I have an awesome pair of boots.
Yeah, that's
That you're gonna...
that's Xenius. He just doesn't pay attention. It's pretty much. Good
I
job.
forgot that I have an awesome
All
pair
right.
of boots that can do cool shit.
She hits with her. Okay, all right. So she draws her scimitar. She flies over the creature's head and then comes chopping down on top of his head from behind. Cuts into him with her scimitar and hits. She crits with she cuts down, pulls out, chops to the side, and critically hits him. And then she lays in with a bite at 13. The bite misses. So she deals her attack plus sneak attack damage, and then she crits. So she deals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 37 damage with the first attack, and the second attack is going to be 10. So she deals 47 damage to the first Revenant. Feel a sneeze coming on. Alright, so she comes, chops down, chop, and like pulls out and chops into its side, and it's like she almost perfectly cleaves the Revenant in half, like cutting its body in two and then chopping its side. It grabs the part of its body that's falling off, and then pulls it back, and it starts slowly regenerating, going back together, and starts turning to face her. And looks pissed off. Spider-Man. Spider-Man web slings up to that thing, and he's basically he's gonna flank it with her, and he comes in and he punches it. And Spider-Man leveled up recently, so Spider-Man can do 2 attacks. So that is awesome. And hold on, let me see. So Spider-Man's gonna web slick up and just boom, boom, just like 2 punches into the Revenant. I can attack twice this turn, not once. And I can't find my fucking dice. It's like, okay. 41. 41 hits. And 6 plus 38. I want to say. 38. That hits as well. So Spider-Man hits the Revenant twice. 25. Okay, 25. Okay, so he only hits it once, actually. Spider-Man comes in with the first hit, punches as the thing's like reforming its head. He punches it in the head so hard that it completely gooifies its head, and it spatters all over the place. And then he's going to cleave into the next Revenant and punch that one instead. 49 hits, and natural 1. And I'll deal with the natural 1 in a minute. So the first one deals 26 damage to the other Revenant. Calculating damage. And he nat 1s. Okay, so he's about to swing the other punch. He does, and after hitting the Revenant the first time, his second punch comes in. It catches his fist in its fist, and then looks at him and bears into his eyes. And Spider-Man is paralyzed for 3 rounds. So, and it's like, he just looks at him and goes, "Guilty!" And he's like, "Ah!" And now, Zach Nguyen, it is your turn.
Hello. Okay. First question.
Yeah.
These things, are they classified as undead?
You you would need to make a dungeoneering check in order to figure that out.
What would I need to? Hang on. You said a dungeoneering check?
Yes. Dungeoneering check. You could also use like Knowledge Arcana or something like that. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just use Knowledge Arcana.
Okay.
So that's 1 die 20 plus the Knowledge Arcana, right?
Right.
Okay. In total, 12.
12. Okay, so you're not sure, but you definitely recognize. I mean, you're not sure these things are undead, but it's like you definitely recognize and saw these people before. Their throats are missing. They're bleeding out of their body. The last one got cut in half and it was starting to put itself together. If they're not undead, there's something like even more horrible that you've never even seen before. Like, for all you know, there's really, really tough drow soldiers who, like, you know, they're like Machete. They don't die. They don't need their blood. You can't bleed to death. No, you can't hang Machete. You just can't.
Okay, because I'm going to use Undeath to Death on them.
Okay.
So that's destroys 1 death level. And Undead X 20 die 4. Use this.
You need some help with that?
Yes, please.
So 3.5 undeath to death.
It occurs to you that maybe, just maybe, they're the legendary Smurfs you've heard so much about.
One die 4 hit die worth of living creatures per caster level. What's your caster level? That's going to be your total sorcerer level.
Total sorcerer level is 14.
So you're going to roll 14 die 4.
Okay.
And it's like straight damage?
No, it slays 1 die 4 hit die worth of living creatures per caster level, except because so that's the circle of death, which is what death to undeath to death is based on. The only difference is that undeath to death affects undead creatures and slays them instead of living creatures.
So it's a certain level of hit dice, essentially.
Yes, so he's going to roll 14 die 4, give you a total number, and if that's enough to equal the hit dice of at least one of them, then the first one with the fewest hit die dies first, and then you subtract that number of hit die from the total that he rolled.
Okay. Well, one of them's already dead, so you only got to worry about killing one of them.
Okay.
No creature of 9 hit die can be affected. If they have 9 or more hit die, the spell is useless against them.
Okay.
9 or more hit die?
Yeah.
Okay.
$38.
Alright, and you said 9 or more hit die and the spell's useless?
Yeah.
Alright, you cast Death to Undeath. A powerful field emanates from your body and raptures the creature. And you focus directly on it, and it grimaces for a minute, looks directly at you, and is unaffected.
Crap.
Good idea. Good idea. It actually had exactly 9 hit dice.
Oh god damn!
But hey, you're in the right headspace. You're in the right headspace, though.
That
Alright.
move. That's a very. It's just creature is too powerful.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was definitely a smart thing to do.
The idea is if we're swarmed by like minor undead, or even some slightly larger undead, use it. Attempt to use it. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are most definitely being smart.
Yes.
Okay.
Now it is your new wizard's move, Zustam, and I don't know how to play a wizard. Why is it not letting me fucking control the goddamn character sheet? Okay.
Because you don't know how to play a wizard.
Shut up!
It refuses to let you play.
Okay, Greater Shadow Evocation. I can, like, that's like summoning, but I can make a shadow creature, right?
3/5. Greater Shadow Evocation.
Yes.
Spell functions like Shadow Evocation enable you to create a partially real illusory versions of sorcerer wizard evocations. No, it lets you make a spell of 7th level or lower. You don't if recognized as a greater shadow evocation, the damage only deals 60% of damage.
I might go Robo, I hope not.
So the problem with it, the thing about shadow evocation and greater shadow evocation is that if they make a will save against it, then they take drastically reduced damage.
Okay.
Any spell.
So I can actually simulate a spell, but it's like a shadow version.
You simulate any evocation spell if they succeed 60% of the normal damage.
Alright, repeat that one more time.
Before applying.
I'm gonna need you to be SRD guy because I tried going on and it's causing me to go Robo again. You there?
I'm here. I'm gonna link it to you.
Okay. Well, okay, just like. Okay, hold on. Watch it fuck up my goddamn recording again. I'm gonna go Robo. Mr. Roboto. Monkey versus robot. And I'm gonna take a break from recording real quick to read this because we're at 39 minutes.